Good morning, WizKid. Are we ready to... Oh, it's you. It's so wonderful to see you. I can't wait for us to learn together again. It's been so long. Do you remember me? Yes, I remember all of my students' smiling faces clear as day. You may not be a kid anymore, but you're never too old to learn something new, my dear. How can I help your pursuit of knowledge today? ASMR. Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response. Yes, I have just the lesson prepared for you. ASMR is an autonomous, or spontaneous and individual, sensory meridian, meaning peak of sensation, response to stimulation or meditative concentration. It is a subjective phenomenon that not all people experience, but those that do describe it as a static, tingling sensation on the skin. This tingling sensation frequently starts at the scalp and moves along the spine down the back, but may be experienced in other parts of the body as well. The sensation of ASMR is pleasurable and can induce euphoria, or a feeling of happiness and well-being in those that experience it. The name ASMR was coined in 2010 by ASMR enthusiast and community organizer Jennifer Allen when she founded a Facebook group to discuss the phenomenon further, after participating in a 2009 forum discussion on the topic at steadyhealth.com. The first forum discussion on the phenomenon, now known as ASMR, also occurred at steadyhealth.com in 2007. A question? Ask away, my dear. Yes, my CD-ROM is from 1999. I'm not quite sure how I know all the things that I do, especially things that happened after 1999, but I've known it all for as long as I can remember. I was never able to have a chat with my creators, so I'm not certain why or how I was created, but I'd like to think that it was born from a desire to help the world learn. Oh dear, I'm getting all carried away, aren't I? Back to the topic at hand. Jennifer Allen wanted to create a term for the phenomenon that people would be comfortable using publicly, using clinical words free from allusion to anything taboo or otherwise embarrassing. Her term, ASMR, is now the recognized name for the phenomenon, and her work organizing and growing the online community she found through forums has allowed ASMR to reach its current level of recognition and cultural impact. ASMR as a human phenomenon has, of course, existed long before Jennifer Allen named it. In 1925, Virginia Woolf published her novel, Mrs. Dalloway, which includes a depiction of what we would now describe as ASMR. In the novel, a man describes how a woman speaks, quote, deeply, softly, like a mellow organ, but with a roughness in her voice like a grasshopper's, which rasped his spine deliciously and sent running up into his brain waves of sound, end quote. This description is comparable to other explanations of ASMR tingles. ASMR tingles have been compared to paresthesia, auditory tactile synesthesia, and frisson. Paresthesia is the tingling sensation that one feels when their feet or hands fall asleep. Synesthesia is a blending of the senses in which stimulation of one sense produces sensations in another sense as well. Auditory tactile synesthesia, therefore, is a tactile sensation in response to auditory stimulation. Frisson, French for shiver, is the shivers or chills, pleasurable emotions, mydriasis, meaning pupil dilation, and piloerection, meaning goosebumps, in response to stimuli, especially music or other forms of art. Due to the highly individual and subjective nature of ASMR, it is difficult to conduct rigorous scientific studies on the phenomenon to determine the exact physiological nature of tingles. A similarly difficult to study phenomenon is misophonia, from the ancient Greek misos, or hate, and phonia, or sound. Misophonia is the hatred of specific sounds. Unlike the pleasurable response to auditory stimuli of ASMR, misophonia is an angry or anxious reaction to the sounds. The sounds that most frequently trigger misophonia are oral or mouth sounds such as eating, breathing, chewing gum, and whispering, or repetitive, such as tapping, clicking, typing, and fidgeting. These same sounds frequently trigger the opposite response of ASMR, depending on the individual, and many individuals experience both misophonia and ASMR, depending on the sound. Stimuli that induce ASMR are commonly referred to as triggers. Most triggers are auditory or visual. Common auditory triggers include oral sounds such as soft speaking, whispering, breathing, eating, and licking, repetitive sounds such as tapping, typing, and turning the pages of a book. Visual triggers include moving lights, cooking, cleaning, painting, playing with slime, and hand movements. Other common auditory and visual triggers tend to incorporate instruction following and interpersonal intimacy. Personal attention triggers such as makeup application, hair brushing, and massage, and medical triggers such as ear cleaning and eye examination are common. Cranial nerve exams are a popular subject for videos intended to trigger ASMR. There are millions of ASMR videos on the video sharing platform YouTube. ASMR is one of the most popular categories on the live streaming platform Twitch. Videos tagged ASMR have been viewed billions of times on the short-form video app TikTok. ASMR can also be found on music and podcast streaming platforms like Spotify. Creators of ASMR videos are referred to as ASMRtists. Their videos incorporate ASMR triggers and may feature a still image of an illustrated character, animation, including VTubers or virtual YouTubers, who use motion capture avatars, or live-action video of the ASMRtist's hands, face, or full body. ASMR videos are frequently categorized as talking or no talking so that viewers can choose based on their preferences. ASMRtists use a variety of techniques and equipment to induce ASMR in their content. Binaural recording, meaning dual hearing, is a specific type of stereo recording in which two microphones are used to mimic human ears for a more immersive experience. When binaural recordings are listened to through headphones, the audio from the left microphone is heard by the left ear, and the audio from the right microphone is heard by the right ear. This simulates how live sounds are experienced, and adds a sense of three-dimensionality, distance, and movement for the listener. Some binaural microphones even include ear-shaped parts to further simulate human hearing. The first binaural microphone, the theatrophone, was invented in 1881. It was used to transmit opera performances through the telephone system. Listeners wore special headsets with one speaker per ear to better experience the performance at home. Binaural recording for music became popular in the 1970s. The first commercially produced binaural pop album was Lou Reed's Street Hassle, released in 1978. The Rolling Stones, Pearl Jam, and Pink Floyd have also used binaural recording in their albums. Binaural recording was most popular for live concert recordings, to allow listeners to immerse themselves in the concert experience. Another technique utilized by ASMR artists is 8D audio, which sounds like this. Unlike binaural recording, 8D effects are added during the editing process, post-recording. 8D audio is not truly 8-dimensional. It is simply an audio effect which uses reverberation and stereo panning to make the recording sound like it is circling around the listener's head. Some listeners say that 8D audio sounds like it's playing inside their head, while others say that it sounds like they're experiencing the audio in surround sound in the center of a large empty room. Before I get even more technical, we should probably discuss the science of sound. Sound is a vibration that travels through a transmission medium, like gas, liquid, or solid, as an acoustic wave. Waves have an amplitude, or intensity, which for sound waves we perceive as loudness and measure in decibels. Decibels are a logarithmic measurement, which means that a 20 decibel sound is 10 times more intense than a 10 decibel sound, and a 30 decibel sound is 10 times more intense than a 20 decibel sound, or 100 times more intense than a 10 decibel sound. Humans perceive this 10 times increase in decibels as doubling the loudness, hence the use of a logarithmic scale to measure the intensity of sound waves. To put this in perspective, the average whisper is 30 decibels, while the average normal speaking voice is 60 decibels. Sound waves also have a wavelength, which is the separation between peak amplitudes. For sound waves, we measure the wavelengths per second, or frequency, in hertz. Hertz, the unit of measurement, is named after physicist Heinrich Rudolf Hertz, who proved the existence of electromagnetic waves. 1 hertz is 1 wavelength per second, and that wavelength is about 300,000 kilometers if it's passing through standard air, which in American units is about 3 million football fields, approximately 186,000 miles. Humans perceive frequency as pitch, with high frequencies, or larger number of hertz, as high pitches, and vice versa for low pitches. Human hearing ranges from about 20 Hz to around 20 kHz. Sounds lower than 20 Hz are known as infrasound, and sounds higher than 20 kHz are known as ultrasound. Musicians will be more familiar with pitch measurement in octaves. 1 octave is the difference in pitch between one sound and another sound with either double or half its frequency. For example, in Western music notation, the note middle C, or C4, is about 256 Hz. 1 octave above it, C5, is 512 Hz. And 1 octave below it, C3, is about 128 Hz. Now that I've explained the science of sound, I can tell you about binaural beats. Binaural beats, like ASMR triggers, are used in audio and videos intended to assist listeners as they relax, study, or sleep. Heinrich Wilhelm Dove discovered binaural beats while experimenting with tuning forks in 1839. When he vibrated one tuning fork at, say, 450 Hz by his subject's left ear, and another tuning fork at, say, 470 Hz at his subject's right ear, his subject would perceive the difference in frequency as a combined sound, a binaural beat. This auditory illusion has a pitch correlated to the difference in frequency of the two tones. While there is not yet any conclusive scientific evidence that binaural beats correspond to or impact specific types of brainwave, they are frequently used in meditation tracks, music, ASMR content, and other audio that promotes relaxation, focus, or enhance recreational drug use experiences. Another sound which is often incorporated into ASMR content or other relaxing media is white noise. White noise is a random signal having equal intensity, meaning loudness in decibels, at different frequencies as measured in hertz, like this. Many white noise machines used for sleep use staticky sounds which are not technically white noise. Noise which is linear in a logarithmic scale, which decreases by 3.01 decibels per octave, is called pink noise. Brown noise is actually named for Brownian motion, the random motion of particles suspended in a liquid or gas, not the color brown, and it decreases by 6.02 decibels per octave. It may also be referred to as red noise. Blue or azure noise increases 3.01 decibels per octave. Violet noise increases 6.02 decibels per octave. There are other colors of sound with less precise definitions. Black noise, for example, has several definitions, from complete silence to infrasound to noise which matches the spectrum of black body radiation like that of stars. Theoretically, blurple noise could be a combination of blue and violet noise, and sound something like this. Green noise is the mid-frequency portion of white noise, and it has been marketed as the background ambient noise of natural settings. Background ambient sounds, natural or otherwise, are a popular subgenre of ASMR content. Many creators use live recordings or craft a soundscape of layered sounds to mimic real indoor environments such as a library, cafe, or train, as well as outdoor environments like a forest, beach, or field. Fantasy and sci-fi ambiances are also popular, from those inspired by existing media properties to completely original spaceships, magical worlds, and the like. These soundscapes may be posted on their own or used in addition to other ASMR triggers to enhance the content overall. There are many subgenres of ASMR content. Some ASMR is simply an assortment of triggers or exploration of one particular trigger, such as tapping on objects. An overlapping genre of video, the mukbang, which means eating show in Korean, consist of the creator eating foods and, if the video is live, chatting with the audience in real time. Another popular live form of ASMR is video gameplay with soft speaking or whispering. Other activities, which are frequently paired with or serve as ASMR triggers, include studying, handcrafts, and reading. More elaborate ASMR content involves role-playing. ASMR artists act out mundane experiences like makeup application, medical appointments and tailoring, or fantasy scenarios. This content may involve cosplaying as specific characters from existing media properties, or original characters created by the ASMR artist. Some roleplays also include comedy or romantic elements. Most ASMR content is freely available on platforms like YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, and Spotify. Some ASMR artists supplement their income by producing premium content, behind-the-scenes information, or mature content not permitted on the aforementioned platforms. One of the most popular sites for this premium ASMR content is Patreon. In addition to intentionally crafted ASMR videos, there is also the unintentional category of ASMR. Media which was not created for ASMR purposes but still triggers ASMR in viewers is frequently re-uploaded, rebranded, or disseminated among ASMR enthusiasts. Painter Bob Ross's television series, The Joy of Painting, is popular as unintentional ASMR due to his gentle voice, calming atmosphere, and the sounds and visuals of his painting process. For people that experience it, autonomous sensory meridian response can be a relaxing, pleasurable, and invigorating experience. Content which induces ASMR, whether intentionally crafted by ASMR artists or unintentionally triggering the phenomenon, is rising in popularity online. ASMR subgenres are as diverse as its triggers and enthusiasts. Scientific study of ASMR is incomplete, but increasing in frequency and scope, and soon we may better understand the phenomenon. Do you have any questions for me before we complete the lesson? No, I don't experience ASMR myself, most likely due to the digital nature of existence here in your device. It certainly sounds enjoyable, though. Do you experience ASMR? Well, I had a wonderful time teaching you today. Until we meet again, my dear, stay curious.